So good evening guys and welcome to OTL Round 9 Singapore, joined again this evening by Mr. Jensen, who is primed and ready to take us on a quick hot lap of Singapore just before we start. So we'll get into our lobby. I will see while we load up if I can get a little copy of points. Do we have any points? Let me see. Where is the document? So Jensen, are you here?
Yeah.
You ready up so we can just lodge the lobby?
Oh, yeah. Let's put my wheel in this.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So, bear with me 1 second, chat. I'm trying to see if I have a copy of points, but it would appear I don't have any to hand. So we will come back to this. So Singapore, a tricky old circuit, Monaco-esque street circuit. Strategy can be an interesting call for this race. I think there is definitely the openness of two different choices. So I will retire. Jensen will prime setup and get the car ready to go. What's that?
Thanks for making it day.
Ah, it's fine. So
It'll be about 1 minute.
Cool. That is absolutely fine. We will get the track map up and a bit of telemetry just so we can get an idea. So, good evening Mitch, it's a pleasure to have you with us, and somebody else chatting away. Says I have two, but I'm only seen one, so I think my thing is not playing ball. Jensen, come on, we have time against us.
Yeah, I have got the setup and I'm coming out on track.
So, he is in the Scarlet Red Ferrari for the evening. A very, very difficult circuit to get right. A lot of corners where lap time can be utterly hemorrhaged. You can go from being in a good position to being very quickly 4 or 5 tenths down. I'm just going to balance out the audio because the car's way too loud. Maybe that's a little low. I'll try there. So, tyre prep as always on an outlap is critical. But I think for Singapore, Jensen just choosing there to get himself out on track ASAP. Assistless as well, so you get a good idea to any guys maybe running an OTL with no assist, just how tricky it can be off the on the ABS lockups, etc. So, Sector 2. Upwards he comes. And, I mean, I'm sure Cody's told me they fixed the FPS in that patch, but that definitely looks like you have frame drop, and it seems to have fixed itself though. So camera was not choosing to change. So welcome all. Jensen just in the final sector, coming up to get the hot lap started. And then it's going to be good timing. The hot lap's just going to bank in. We will get in the lobby and the guys should be just about launching to quali. So Jensen will just take the pace out of the car a little. Seen a little weave there. Build the temp up, then attack. Second to last and last corner because this is where your lap time starts. Yes, SPW, as soon as I'm out the hot lap I will get you in. So up to turn 1. Spotting the brake in about 60 metres. Take as much of the inside curb as you can. Avoid the sausage curb in the outside turn 2 because that is brutal. Through 3. Move the car as far to the left as you possibly dare to open up and exit out towards the line. DRS open. After the little kink, you're wanting to maintain the right hand side of the track, to open up the next left-hander. You can take a chunk of curb on the inside, let the car drift over the sausage on the outside, braking about 70, some people probably less than 70 metres there. It's a very, very late braking zone. Jensen probably a little later there than he would have liked to be, just misses apex by a metre. Coming up to the middle of sector 2 where it gets very twisty and technical, using curbs as much as you dare, but can very easily unsettle the car, especially in mid-points of the race. He goes really wide through the bridge to try and open up the hairpin, then down the back straight. Sector 2 split, looking good. Then sector 3 is probably, I feel this corner and the next is your biggest corners for wing damage, because the car always wants to understeer, especially that corner Jensen just went through. Rear of the car gets very twitchy, and here as well you've got to be very careful getting on the power, let the car go out to the wall as much as you dare. Little stab of the brakes, flick the car in, take as much of the curb, small twitch oversteer on, he's going to spin it across the line, but we got the just of the lap. So I will get us now into OTL's lobby. We are in, or joining, and then I will get SPW, and then I think the guys will be good to go bang on 9 PM. So Jensen Glock has showed what is nothing short of dominance so far, or not in the last, certainly the last 4. So let me just get this invite out to SPW when I find them. There we go. So he should get in the lobby. Jensen, do you have an invite to this lobby, or do you need a fresh one?
Yeah, I've got one.
Right, that's cool. Nelly says, that's how you finish in style. That's it, yes. That's something you need to be very aware of as well, doing your fast laps, especially if you're on no traction. It gets rather snappy in the rear.
Yeah, the problem
Mike Messi lulled it too.
Yeah, if you could really snap the rear very easily through there, and if you spin the car, the line isn't as close as you think it is as well. It's actually quite a tiny bit, but it's not long distance away from the final corner, but it's a bit.
I would say that's probably cost you 2 to 3 tenths. Don't think I'd be saving half of those wobbles on the pad. Oh, that's a good. So that's the point. I take it that is the difference, I guess, between pad and wheel. We have probably, although pads get the ability to be really aggressive on traction, when it comes to mid-corner moments, we are probably a little easier to control. Would you say that's maybe one of the big differences between the two? Because there, Glock saying, if he's had a snap like that, to me that's him saying that he'd probably be in the wall. So, interesting. So I guess pad gives pace, but wheel gives consistency, and I think that's how, and tyre temps, yeah, makes sense. I guess that's how a lot of people say this year, although there's maybe a little between them, it's quite a lot closer between wheel and pad than it, because we know last year pad was seriously overpowered, in my opinion. Jensen, we seen how overpowered it was with your driving.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. So Glock, have you tried wheel? He says hopeless. It did. It probably took me about 3 months to start matching my pad times, and then I've been on wheel now for like 2 years, and I've probably only really got up to the pace that I'm at in the last couple of months. So it wasn't a quick process, that's for sure.
I think we've got 2 new drivers. They've got TTG Mashiro, and I think he's a new driver, Robert.
Yes, I think he...
Yeah.
What? Who? Sorry, Jensen.
TTG, Mashiro, and Weber.
Mashiro says he hates this track with a passion. That is not a good start. So I should have made myself a refreshment. I guess I could just grab some orange juice for this. Orange juice is...
Have you got your refreshments?
Yeah, just grab a bottle of orange. I'm going to grab the restroom quick, and then we are set.
So... Okay, there we go. I think I'm loaded in. Bit buggy though.
So I have a black screen at the moment. It's just saying...
There we go.
So Mike predicts a wet race. So Glock says definitely not. He's gave it a good go, but definitely not finishing races in regards to wheel.
Oh, I didn't finish many races.
Glock,
so.
Joker, are you saying Joker to Mike? If I don't think I've seen your wet pace and it's scary.
Yeah. Firstly, I guess we predict our top three predictions.
So Glock, I guess, has always got to be in that equation. So speaking with Officer Duffy a little earlier, I think Nelly's got some good pace to show this evening. And, you know, I think somebody that's been up there, and I don't think he's actually here tonight. Who is the second Williams driver? Green Meerkat. I felt a driver that I was going to have a punt for the podium because he maybe could start building on the momentum of being in the top three last week. But oh no, he is here. Green Meerkat is in a McLaren.
Yeah, he is.
I thought he...
Has he changed teams or is he? That's really.
So I think that is a change. I think it is. I vaguely remember some talk about this between the admins because we've got the Bear 2312 in as well, so I think he took that Williams seat alongside Matoman, and Green Meerkat moved over to McLaren, and that means it will be Ryan Cutt and who was the other McLaren driver before? So we need to be aware of that. Green Meerkat now in the orange, or should I say the papaya of McLaren, so we need to remember that he's changed team. So yes, Green Meerkat in the McLaren. I'm going for Glock, Meerkat, I said another, and Nelly. That's my top three prediction. Glock says M with two laughing faces. Yeah, so that I think that was on the wet statement, so he knows how fast he is in the wet. Scary man. So what's your top three, Jensen? What do you think?
I would say, but I don't know what Mashiro's pace is like, but I'm going to go for Glock, just off the fact. Well, you've seen the last few races, of course, he's been absolutely dominating qualifying. So I'll take Glock, sure pole. I would say SPW could possibly take second here. He's up to go for a soft run this early, and also P3.
So a little fling out there as well, because it's too late now, they can change it. I know Officer Duffy, if he can place well, he's going to be a very hard car to overtake, because he's getting about 203 to 205 miles an hour out the car in the biggest straight, which means that car's fast in a straight line. So he'll be one to watch depending on where he puts the car in qualifying. We were talking about it, and he specifically wanted a setup based on straight line speed, but still with good cornering stability to try and make himself hard to be overtaken. So I think he's planning to get himself up the grid and then do some good defending and see some good results come the end. To see it on his medium tyre is going to bank what looks to be around the 37s.
37.
Oh, 36.8, so he dips into the 36.
Not bad, not
36s is a good banker, if not a very good
Here comes Matterman.
medium tyre. Oh,
Matterman 36.1 mediums. Very good lap from him. I think SPW's going around, he's on the softs, and oh, he's slowed down. I think he's going for another go at it. No. And
he's coming in.
Got record Mitch behind him.
And Mitch is coming in, he's had a small moment. The other racing point about to go to the line, Mad G does a 37.9 in his medium compound tyre, so the teammate has a bit of an advantage at the moment.
Mitch, he's crashed.
TTG Micharo, watching him on board for the first time, looks a very, very smooth driver. No traction control, that's for sure. ABS is on, but I think he's no traction, and he does a 35.8 on the medium, so that is a good lap. To get into the 35s in the medium tyre, I think you can be happy with that in your first run for sure.
Yeah, we can look at all the new changes as well.
Ryan Cut now does a 35.3, so the medium tyre is really performant. Mike thinks Adam will get wing damage with the straight line speed. I think if as long as he's aware of it and cautious into the braking zones, but then I think it's to defend. So as long as your car in front, I think it'll be okay. I think once a guy's in front, I think he'll accept that maybe that position's up. But you never know.
And Nelly, wow,
34.7
on the
so the times are plummeting.
Nelly looking quick. I think those predictions starting to change now.
Ferrari, so Yusuf for Surge, SPW.
Yeah, you can see the new Ferrari livery. Very you look now when you go on board.
Here comes Yusuf to the line. Where can he get himself? He's up to P8, 37.5.
He's got a 26.2 in sector 1. He's looking for a lap here in the medium tyre.
And the FPS drop is definitely not fixed.
Only in broadcast. If you go in broadcast, it's broadcast. I think now, when you go to broadcast, I think you go on board. It randomly goes on board with them, and it's FPS drop there.
Yes.
When you're just in TV pod, you can see the difference. Glock, he's sticking quickly, he's using all the curves, he's not backing down.
He's going to be low 34s here, I think.
But he's only just ahead of Nelly by half a tenth of a second. That's just
so that's a bit closer than maybe I thought it would be. So Nelly's probably seen that time come in and went, oh, this is quite good. I can live with a 10th gap. Not even a 10th gap, it's under a 10th.
Yeah, Dr. Special Energy.
Is Mataman going to improve?
Getting there.
He does, he goes up a 10th, 36.0, but a 3-lap old hard now, so still finding times as the lap goes on. So Mataman maybe just looking to find his feet, and then he'll jump in for a soft tyre near the end.
Here comes Dr. Special Energy, final corner. He's looking good for a 35, maybe. It's a 36.1. Goes up to P7, just behind Mataman.
And we get Pedro coming out for his first run on the soft compound tyre, running in Mercedes. Reserving for, well, it's either Linel or the other Mercedes driver.
Linel, yeah. I think SPW's took a seat for the GB13. I don't know what's happened to GB13. He hasn't been here for the last good few races, but SPW's really taken to the scene. He's been doing really well. Come through first sector.
And this he looks to be a really competitive first sector thing, 26.2, so he's finding
that's his first sector of this qualifying so far. He could be a real threat for pole, SPW.
Keep away from the wall, he's very good there. That FPS drop was
so
really annoying. And then when I try and change to broadcast, it just FPS drops instead of changing.
Yeah.
There we go.
So 103.0 there.
So we have an RP and a...
2 tenths down.
Right, I think, yeah, they're both boxing. So SPW looks to get himself in amongst that top 3. When he reserved the couple of races back, he took himself... Oh, and he's lagged out the session. It's such a shit time.
That is absolutely...
Can I invite, just bear with us chat to try and get SPW a quick invite sent out.
Just maybe into the 40s, there'll be a 41.5 for him. Surely has more to give. And Pedro on his lap. Coming down the DRS straight. Debut for OTL. And the 26.8 set to 1.
Oh, and he's turned in too early there. He's going to pick up some wing damage. Yeah, and he's backed out his lap there. Need to be careful. He's going to do his best to get out the way of what is Machado.
Yeah, the bear is also on his lap. He is reset to 127.0. And
sent you a fresh invite, SPW. It was just you that left the session. Yeah, I sent you one, mate. You should have one there if you check. I got you one as soon as you left, mate.
26.5 for Surge, set to 1. And I think that's Mitch and Pedro there. Come in.
Yeah, Pedro got some wing damage, so I think he will be coming in.
Surge
just back, yeah, so that's interesting. Sophie out on the soft as well, so CBC, Glock, Ryan Cut, Green Meerkat, Doctor Special Energy, all in the box apart from Green Meerkat, but soft tyre now equipped. I think SPW might need another fresh one, so let me just scroll through the list quickly, guys. Yeah, you were on a good one, mate.
Got the time when he uses a lot of the curve, he really keeps it within the limits there. It's very nice line through turn 2 as well. Trying to take as much of the curve as possible into turn 3, and could have took a bit more of it as it comes down the straight into sector 1. 25.9 for sector 1. Takes that very nicely, doesn't get too much cover on the exit.
SPW gets back in the session, so hopefully he can get a lap in.
For the middle sector. Doesn't touch the wheel on that very easy. They come through bridge. Doesn't get too wide, but he gets the line well.
Very good drive out the hairpin there.
1017 set to 2. He's a second up on his time at the moment. It looks like it might be a sub 33. He could use his curve. He didn't have a great run through that. It could have been a lot closer.
Maybe missed apex a little more than he'd like to have there. And SPW's retired from the session.
And Glock, I think it's going to be a low 33 this. Come through final point, it's going to be 33.4. Great luck.
And a big margin now for Nelly. Obviously the tyre advantage, the tyre disadvantage, sorry, in Nelly's case. He may choose to go again, or I think he'll have to if Ryan Cut, Green Meerkat, Machado, Doofy all come out and improve.
Maggi is on a flying lap. Is he going to improve? We've got a corner, dipping the 35s, and jump up to P4. Wow. From P10 all the way up to P4 with that lap.
And that shows you the time's now ramping up. Ah, so you're going to go for the fresh tyre strat now. I like it, SPW.
F1 Sophie coming through the
little safety car, a lot of
corners.
people in the softs could try, yeah. Could definitely give you something to play.
Starting the lap there.
So we have every drive, no, not every driver, Nelly, Ryan Cut, the Bear, Surge to come out, otherwise everyone else is out on track.
Block is racing to the pits here. He wants to get another lap
And he needs to be careful, because if he doesn't improve the next lap, he's really hurting his starting tyre here. That's one thing you've always got to be sure of.
2 minutes and 45
I think he's got enough time, definitely got enough time in the clock. As long as he just gets in, changes his tyre and gets himself ready to come out before the guys have even got the tyre blankets on, he should be in pretty good time.
But if he doesn't improve that lap, he's really cost himself there.
And do you think Nelly's going bold? Is Nelly going bold for the medium start? Is he trying something out the box?
Well, if you look, to be fair, if you look at the tyres everyone's on though, all of these guys up there on the soft tyres, but they haven't managed to get close to Nelly. I think Glock and Nelly are secure up there in P1 and 2, so Nelly...
I guess why not try something different?
Sure. And I think Glock didn't need to go for that. I think Nelly might just go for an attempt on the softs, or will he? He's not out the pits yet, so I think Nelly's... Yeah, he's going to stick with that then.
Head power on an outlap. Doctor Special Energy half a second up, so he could launch himself right into the top 4 here if he can continue this. Don't invalidate the lap, get it to the line, and it goes P3. And then we have a Red Bull coming across the line.
Bashira maybe a P2, he might nick it from Nelly, and he does. And oh my god, Glock's going to be very close with the timer here. Really close. A good millisecond there. You have to let his teammate through there. It was offline lap.
Pedro now for his 1 lap of the session. It's going to be close to the 36s. Where can he go? P12, 36.5. Still going to have that free tyre choice as it stands. Surge just left the box on an out. Well, Surge is not going to get a lap in here.
He is. He's 30 seconds away. He's coming through the final section now, so I think he will just make it. And I think that was Mataman. Mataman jumps up to P3 ahead of Nelly.
So Nelly's tyre strat's going to give him some work.
Does as well. It's going to be this fight. Nelly's still on mediums, but he's dropping down the order very slowly. And here comes Glock's teammate, Pepper, through the final sector. And is he going to knock down there even more? No, he's not. He's going to get P8 only. And he's in the pits.
So Glock did improve.
Pedro's not going to improve. There, he's coming through.
33.4.
Bitch, 39.5 for him. But you get a free tyre choice.
And Green Meerkat's backed out of his. Matoman doesn't look to be on a push lap either.
Yeah,
is he?
I think Serge is the only one left on his lap, I think. And Bear comes to the final sector.
So we'll go on board with Bear as he comes through the last couple. He's going to have that Mercedes up ahead, but he should get well out his way. And he does look set to improve.
could jump up to 11th. Is he going to jump up there? He's not.
He goes P14 37.0.
He lost 8. I think he lost 6 tenths in the final
So
section.
Sergi as a last man, is he going to get himself inside that top 10 in the medium tyre? Can he give himself some form of starting position to go fighting from? Just took a lot of corner there.
That is a lot of corner, but that might work to great advantage there. Oh,
and he
P10
does, just scrapes P10 and a 35.7.
Yeah.
I think that was only worth a 10, so I think P10 was always there for him.
Yeah, only
and Glock missed it by 2 seconds. So Glock missed it by 2 seconds. So Glock is starting on that tyre. I think that he done that really hard in-lap on.
Yeah.
And SPW's left the session again. I'll drop another invite.
It's interesting.
But he's proved he's PSN being a bug or SPW, that is gutting. We know Glock, we've seen him stretch stints, so he can be good to the tyres. With an 8/10 advantage, you can afford to accommodate 4/10 a lap time to just eat them out that little bit longer. So I don't think it's easy going. It just depends how much Mashiro pushes Glock at the start of the race.
Yeah, great debut for Mashiro already with P2. It's going to be interesting what Nelly does on his mediums. Ryan cut on those, also on the mediums, a 35.3. Got Surge a 35.7 also on the mediums.
Oh yeah, and that's so Ryan Cut is probably one of the drivers that we said would probably be up inside that top 3 on the soft. So he'll be one to watch. And then what kind of strat the guys use from outside the top 10? I've seen a lot of people at Singapore start P11 and get them selling into a good P5, P6 position by the time the round of stops are done. So there will be 5-minute break as usual. Yeah, I did SPW. Do you need? I'll just send another one just now. We're on the break anyway. What I'll do is, mate, I'll send you a couple if you're watching, and then they're there in case it happens again. I'll send 3 out for you, mate. Session no longer exists. Maybe I need to get Jensen. Have you got SPW? I get Jensen. Jensen send you an invite over SPW. See if that one works. 4 minutes till session launch. I will grab a quick toilet, or grab the toilet quickly, I should say.
Grab a quick toilet. Hello to invites USPW.
Mr. Jensen, are you here? Maybe not. So
Yep.
check. Oh, he is. I used that opportunity to grab a quick coffee. Did you know I like my coffee? Not sure what's happening with SPW. I don't see him on the bar on the right. Which to me, I would think he might be off the grid. I don't know OTL's policy on restarting if it's a reserve. I am not sure. So we find out. We'll find out from Adam. So I am finding out. Go back onto the stream chat. Do apologise, guys. Just for me to figure out exactly what's going on. So I'm unsure, Jensen. Do you think SPW will be able to take control of his car here?
You should be able to after the start. I don't think you could take control of your car on the formation lap, but after the start you should be able to. And if the frame rate glitch is fixed, there shouldn't be too much of an issue for him, but we'll see. As Doofy is readied up, and it's like we're about to go racing in the next 15 minutes.
Yes. So SPW Officer Doofy. Oh, this green meerkat lagged out the session as well. That is not good. So they may be doing the restart. SPW is on the grid. His car is there, so I think he should be able to take control. That is a good sign. So SPW, if you are in the session, just try and take control ASAP.
You should be able to go on in, and I think
Mitch needs to hurry up and try and catch up the pack a bit. Just AS as soon as you can, SPW. And let us know if you get control.
Yeah. If you look at tyres, look at the score top 10. You have the pretty guys with medium tyres in the top 10. You have Otl F1 and Petro, or the hard tyre. And then you have the bottom four mediums. Of course, I don't think SPW had a choice really for his tyres.
Yeah, so I think maybe medium will be the where he wants to start.
Yeah, he is fighting tight through, and he should have track position the final half race. 3 Meerkats left as well.
So Green Meerkat has got back. But he is an AI, and there's Pepel left the session as well.
Oh no. They're not doing this. And
I think that was 3 lag outs. I would just restart the session. I think it's yeah. I think these guys taking control. To me, I think restarts may be the sensible thing.
yeah.
I know maybe it's not ideal with the part firm rules, etc. But I think that was 3 lag outs there. These guys taking control early could be just spectating.
I think guys managed to get in. Oh no, there's another one. Surely it'll be a restart.
And there is a restart called, so the guys will back out.
So,
oh,
guess it'll be that for that lobby.
You just get the grid for Adam.
And there's lights out for that lobby. Yeah. Bit unfortunate that, but at least we should have everyone on the grid this time around.
So I have the top 14. Same tyres or will be penalised from the chat.
So
so yeah, Glock, I was going to say that. Glock, there is some guys that this maybe benefits if there is a restart, and obviously some people won't like that. But Glock gets off with a big one right there.
yeah. Well, what about the bottom 7 though? They picked their tyres to go, but like SPW didn't have a choice.
I think they still have free choice.
Surely you'll be able to choose whatever you want to be on.
So just bear with me, chat. I'm just getting the grid over to the man himself to get into the grid. 1 second, please.
Yeah, just got the invite.
So I'm back. Bear with the chat, please, if you don't mind. Just the lobby is getting rebuilt, reformed, and yes, as soon as everybody's in, we'll get going. I can get SPW an invite for this lobby. So hopefully that is not a plethora of bugs brought into the game with the performance patch this afternoon. But it does feel me that that is the way of Codemasters. I don't see SPW online now, that is not a good... Oh, there we go. I could just my... A bit shocked at some of the yeah, I think there was some interesting times posted. A couple of strong medium lap times as well. I think Jensen's maybe went for a restroom for the moment. So that is the 17 guys back in. They'll all get in their cars and we will form the grid and get going. They will, I am sure, take a minute or two to get set up. The top 10 will need to start on the same tyre they qualified on, or there will be penalties. The only saving grace is you get a nice fresh tyre for the start of the race. But that's just part of restarts, that's part of league racing. Many leagues have restarts and you just can't compensate the tyre wear. There's nothing you can do to take it back. You can, if possible, you can kind of semi-replicate weather conditions, but very, very hard. Or not, sorry, it's impossible to put tyre wear on the cars. Although I guess the game can maybe just start every day on 5%. Well, but then that doesn't really, what's the difference with starting 0, you know? So whenever Jensen comes back, and then we will have some green ticks. As I say, the guys will take a couple of minutes
no,
to
I've
go.
always been here.
He's been muted. Oh, he's a bad man.
I've been
What's that about, chat?
watching videos. I've been waiting. Just boring.
You could be talking to me and not leaving me bored alone, Jensen. I think that is poor sportsmanship from you.
I know, thank you.
A perfectly good start. When? Serge, did you actually get started? Did something happen that I missed? Did somebody do something funny at the start of the race because there was a restart?
Oh, saw SPW weaving all over the place. Getting all the ghosted cars.
So hopefully the lobby will be set. 3 minutes for setups. Top 10, same tile. That is the call from the men up top. So if they've not seen it in chat, maybe they're watching. And so I take it. So where is Surge qualified? P10. What position? 10th to 2nd. And Jensen still won't give me driver of the day. Hear that, Jensen? That's like a subtle dig, we would call in Scotland. I think he's going to be back to mute, guys. He's just been mean to me this evening. Call of Duty. Stealth. Now you see, mate, now you don't. Good call from Nelly. Setups. Do not forget, guys. If you've not seen the chats, do not forget to load up your setups. For anybody that maybe had a gash setup on, now's your time to maybe get it right or tweak it a little quickly. If it's a setup, you'll get saved for the track. If it's just a basic error on load, that's hunting. See, that's a good point. Good point, Glock. Don't apply your setups. So, that's some gamesmanship. I like that. Nothing wrong with that. You can plug from Surge. Jensen, where have you gone? You better not hear me.
What?
Where are you?
I'm here.
Good. Just making sure you're on your toes. Hopefully we have a nice race to watch. Yes?
Yes. Alright,
so I'm just waiting. Once it shows me the grid, I can get some data up. We'll have a look to make sure tiles are all the same. I think there was 3 inside the top 10 on the medium. Is that right, Jensen? Surge, Ryan Cut. No, just Surge and Ryan Cut, was it?
Surge, Ryan Cut and Nelly are on the mediums.
Nelly, that's right.
And
Nelly's team.
everyone in basically 11th, 12th and 13th are all on the hards. And everyone else below was on mediums. But SPW has his free choice, of course, because I think they have to choose. Surely.
Yeah, but think so. Either way, I guess is if you're outside the top 10, you get free choice to do as you wish, even on a restart, because there's no real parked film rules. Okay, well, there's parked film in regards to setup. Nelly has got a chicken Kiev dinner mum has made, and he's here to earn it. Oh, that's if it's a garlic Kiev, that's worth a win, Nelly. You know, if you win, you might get 2. You never know. Or I guess you could have some... What other Kievs you get? Chicken and bacon? I don't know. I never understand why, if it's a start, I just stare at this pit lane. Is strange. And a man in some really dirty high-vis clothing at the bottom right.
Oh, there we go. We've got a ready up.
Garlic is the best. Glock and garlic. Glock doesn't want chase down with no garlic breath. Garlic Kievs are what I would say banging. They're very good. Extra garlic as well. Vampires would not like me. So we have a go. Hopefully everybody is set up, prepared. So let's get some timing up.
So basically, SPW is going for the medium tyre. Still. Okay, so that's really weird.
1 second, Jensen.
There is in P11 and off the Doofy in P12. Position behind where it's supposed to be, and it's really too much.
So, Glock from Misharo, Green Meerkat, top 3. Mataman and Vinelli, P4, 5 and 6, Ryan Cup P7, Pepper P8, Mad G9, Surge 10, The Bear P11, Doofy P12, Sophie P13, Pedro 14, Yusuf 15, SPW 16, Mitch 17, Jensen went over the tiles. I don't know, because I wasn't quite there, I don't know if we've seen the predicted pit stops. I think
Could it two stop for this soft runners?
that's what I was just about to ask you.
Yeah, of course the one stop, medium to hard to medium. So predictions for top 3 from here.
So still Glock, Meerkat, Nelly. In that order.
Yeah, all of I want to remain race one still. I'm going to say Glock, Nelly, and Ryan Cup.
So P7, sorry, lap 7, lap 19 for the 2 stop, and lap 9, I think, for the 1 stop, or 10.
Yeah, it might be. Everyone's lining up the grid now.
I think it is your race start, Jensen. I think it is, sir.
Yeah. So I'm here to take you guys away with the start of the race and taking the 5 red lights all coming on right now. They're gonna go now. It's a 4 start for Williams, Matterman. They're all gonna come someone's all gonna be clean, it looks like. I don't know what's happening back, but it all looks like they all got through very well. A few side by side coming through. I think it's Pepper and Matterman. But Glock's got away very well there. And Mishiro very close as well. Nelly up to P3 off that start. And Ryan cut up to 4th as well. Really
So I've picked up, not quite sure who, Jensen, but we've had big damage near the back of the pack. I think somebody's lost a full left side of their wing. That is long gone, so we'll need to watch to see what driver starts to fall down the field. SPW, one of our biggest gainers, gained 4th from the start. Ryan Cut managed to get himself up 3, and Vinelli up a couple, like you said at the start.
So a bit of damage from Mad G, I could see, and I think there's a bit of end plate damage on the Renault of Dr. Special Energy. Other than that, looks alright. The Williams with Matterman has got a bit of damage as well. few front wing end plates all missing there. But other than that, everyone's still intact.
So Sophie has managed to get through on Pedro, and she closes in on Officer Duffy, trying to make up some ground now as she recovers back to her starting position after maybe not having the start she fully would have wanted. SPW now up 6, Jensen. He is now inside the top 10 on that medium compound tyre.
A great start from him. There. Bit unlucky he didn't get to choose in the first one, but lucky he had a restart there with the people disconnected.
So we see Matoman jumping to the box. He's one of the guys from the early to get in the pits. We'll see if anybody peels off behind. Mad G in the box as well. So these guys now pray for a safety car to come.
Barry's lost it. Barry's lost it in the final corner. He's lost a massive amount of his wing. There's no safety car. He hasn't lost the whole thing, but he's got major damage on his front and left part of his wing.
So we have a broken timing screen as normal, so we will wait for that to filter through. I think Glock is still a lead car. Leads Micharo by what I would say is roughly 1 second.
I'd say that.
Maybe 1.5. Oh, you think just under?
Yeah, only 9 tenths. But I think.
Oh, and Glock's had a big moment there.
Not good for Glock. Glock, I think he's just kept his wing intact there. Look, very, very hesitant there. I don't know if he might have got minor damage. He could have. Very close to the wall there. He can't afford to make that mistake again.
So SPW now up to P9.
Yeah, great start from the two
previous
guys at Nelly and Reinhardt.
All over the back of Surge. Dr. Special Energy. I mean, P6 is right there for SPW already. What a stint. And I tell you, starting in the medium tyres from the back with all the hard guys in front, he had to do this at the start of the race. This had to be done.
Almost perfect start for SPW. In fact, I'd say perfect.
And there's
start.
Pepper jump in the pits now, so that's going to release SPW more inside that top 10.
Oh, look at SPW's making a move on Surge on the inside. Oh, he's little tap from the rear there. He couldn't make the move done there. But yeah, Pepper had front wing damage. He's getting a new wing on and hard tyres, so he's going to go for a long stint. Still going through here.
Surgery coming up on Dr. Special Energy. He's going to pull to the inside, and I think that's going to be an easy job done on the inside line. Dr. Special Energy tries to defend on the outside, but he gets squeezed wide. Is that going to allow SPW to come up and join the party? I think Surgery's going to have that move down now.
A bit of a nudge.
And Dr. Special Energy is running with missing end plate as well, so he's practically a sitting duck with these guys with full wings. It's all behind him.
Yeah, but remember he's on the softs as well, so it's about full.
And look at Machado, half a second now behind Glock. Glock's still running.
SPW, is he going to go for the move on Dr. Special Energy?
Oh, and he is. It's a big send down the inside. Dr. Special Energy gives as much room as he dares. Small bit of contact, but that is a very, very, very well judged move. And fair play to Dr. Special Energy as well. He gave space when it was a small bit of contact, but Dr. Special Energy maybe hanging on to an inevitability, having some wing damage.
Oh, yeah. SPW there played dummy move very well. He just slotted right in behind Dr. Special Energy, making him think he don't have to defend the issue. He thinks he's going to just slot in behind to stay there, but no, he just came at last second.
Here comes Yusuf now up over the outside of Sophie on the main straight, and I think that's going to be job done. Sophie won't fight it too much. Yusuf gave the space as well, so Sophie keeps the car in check, gets a good drive, and up into this next DRS one. She can maybe come back, but I think Yusuf's just got a bit of extra traction to get him through the corners at the moment.
Here comes SPW. He's getting really close to Surge there in the braking zone on turn 4, 5. And he's coming into 6 here, and he'll have to sit behind for a bit longer. Almost hitting the wall there, but at the moment there's only 13 seconds behind the leader. Still, it seems quite a bit, but
Oh, and did the SPW, can you jump on board with SPW? I don't know if he picked up some damage there. I don't think he has, but he did clip the inside wall coming through the twisty stuff, middle of sector 2.
He could have picked up damage, you can't see that damage in too bad if he did, but took a lot of the outer part of the track there.
So 4 laps down, the field is split open. Singapore tends to do that, but very, very high risk safety car here, remember, so this pack can easily tighten and reshuffle just as quick as it opened up and shuffled at the start.
Locke's not getting away from Monsieur is keeping it right with him. Up in the lead here.
Oh, and there's contact here. SPW's ended up in the pits. I don't know if Sergi's ended up in the pits. I don't know if SPW's got contact. I'm not sure exactly what happened there. Sergi goes in and gets the wing freshened anyway. That was a really strange one. I guess no mass damage done there. Sergi needed to change the wing anyway. No retirement.
The leaders. He's right under pressure here. Block is from Monsieur. Block. He's done so many races in a row so far, but now he's finally getting a challenge here on the soft tyre. And it's going to be a very interesting one. And Monsieur has more energy as well, and more fuel. He's got the big advantage.
So would we say that it looks like Glock's feeling the pressure for the first time in a little while?
Yeah.
It's very rare we see him with an ERS disadvantage and a fuel disadvantage. Although maybe that's just how he sets up the car early in the race. It's maybe the way he likes it.
Monsieur almost got himself caught up in the tech probe barrier there. Very close. He's driving absolutely on the limit. And Nelly's not really letting the gap go. He's 4.2 seconds behind the leaders on the medium tyres at the moment. And he's going to be getting a lot quicker these upcoming laps because the softs are going to just fall off the cliff.
So, Yusuf now all over the back of Officer Duffy as they come up to the main straight. Yusuf looks to have a decent drive, but that straight line speed, like I said, very hard to contend with. You've seen that Yusuf was using overtake DRS open. Very hard to get up to the back of Adam. He seems suffering a little way understeer, but straight line speed has got him up 5 so far.
Yusuf's got he's got more tyre grip here, and he's alongside, he's got DRS and overtake. Adam
not using ERS, he's chosen not really to defend that too hard.
Now Adam's driving really well. He's P8 at the moment on those hard tyres as well. So
I think he is our lead hard running car at the moment. So he is flying the flag for the hard runners.
Yeah, Nelly closing in on the leaders. How about that? For a bit of interesting here.
And this is what we spoke about. If Mashiro pushes Glock on and forces him into a pace that maybe he's not happy just running comfortable, it's kind of, although he's still in front, it's uncharted waters for Glock and OTL. He's not really been pressured hard and forced to defend. And Mashiro at the moment looks in quite a good position.
Now the soft runners could go for a one-stop here actually.
They are extending the stints well.
If they can extend them for another lap or two, maybe just... I thought 2-stop was the only thing that happened, but no. Then he's still closing in though, so they'll have to... They bet they don't want to be on those tyres for long. There's the Red Bull slowly reeling them in. McLaren's not far behind. Ryan Cut doing a good job on the medium tyre. SPW up in P6 at the moment. He's 7 seconds behind McLaren Green near Cat. I don't know what happened between him and Serge. It might have been contact that might have spun Serge into the pits.
So it was strange, it was a really strange one. Because SPW never carried any less normal speed than he would through there. And from first initial look, neither did Sir G, but the closing speed was astronomical. And it was just, I think it's because you're on the steering. It just put him away.
Surge goes up to P11 on Mitch, and you got Dr. Special in the new right behind Mitch as well. So there's not any on-track battles at the moment apart from the race lead and Dr. Special Energy.
And then Mashiro has a big moment there. That's going to allow God to break the DRS on for this lap. Sorry to cut over you there, Jensen.
Yeah, that's fine. Then just saying that Dr. Special Energy made a really risky move going into the bridge section. Almost clipping the wall there. It's hard to go two drives down. Green Nickat's in the pits. Onto the medium tyre, so there's a 2-stop for him.
So interesting strat there for Meerkat, and it'll be interesting to see exactly where he drops. I think P9 he will stay inside that top 10 pretty comfortably as well.
The race leader's going to watch their back now. Nelly is within DRS range, I think. Only just about.
Yes.
Now, for sure, he's in the DRS range. And surely he'll be ready to set up a move. And I think Nelly just cut the corner a bit too much there. He got his first warning of the race.
And to me, flicking quickly between the two cars, if you look at the front axles, both Glock and Mashiro's tyres seem to be pretty much in the same condition. No real big differences in regards to wear. They both got that kind of dull inside patch. And the outside still looks in decent shape, so...
And Nelly, he's almost in the DRS. Will he get it?
And the two leaders are in.
And he just does. He gets the DRS and, as well, Nelly does for the next lap, and Nelly takes the race
So
lead.
battle of the pit stops, can Mashiro get a jump on Glock in the pits? They are literally nose to tail. Probably as close as you can get in the pit stop, so here we go. Both cars pull in at the exact same time.
Behind the Haas. I think Mashiro
does the Haas go hold on? He just gets out, Glock gets out in front, so pretty much an exact stalemate when it came to pit stops. I think the guys pulled in and pulled out at the exact same times.
Is Suzuki going to pass these guys? I think he might split them. No, he's not going to. And Mashiro come out in 5th and 6th on the hard tyre. Nelly's going to have to put in a series of hot laps here on those medium tyres to try it and...
Yes, it's game time for those medium boys. You're absolutely spot on. Our top 4, now is their time to make their strategy work.
SPW up 13 places. And there's the yellow flag. Oh, it's Adam Otsuduki. Oh, he's lost it. I think he might have clipped the outside wall going through turn 6. And
that's a full wing missing sector 1, that is. Or sector 2, sorry, so that is going to hamper a lot of lap time.
Yeah, and he's going to have to pit as well. He's going to end up right at the back of the field. Well, actually, man, geez, at the back of the field, just coming out of the pit on the medium tyre. And Dr. Special, he's on the back of Surge on the medium tyre. And also, Pepper's lost it into the hairpin. He was behind Mitch and closed him very quickly, and I think he's got massive damage as well. It hasn't got been a good race for Pepper.
We've seen Pepper show some good pace last week as well, so that not be the ideal outcome, but Singapore's that style of circuit. It's a rough track. It's not one of my more enjoyed circuits, personally.
In the pits. And very slowly into the pits there.
So, crunch time for Glock. He's now on the back of Yusuf. How much does Yusuf play ball? Because the more Yusuf can keep Glock behind, the more Yusuf can keep Glock behind, the more he's helping, and Pepper's retired right at the pit entrance. Well, we see a safety car. That's right in the racing line. For me, that's got to be a safety car.
Surely. And no, it's cleared up.
That car was on the fast lane with a wheel missing and no safety car.
Well,
I'm stunned.
Green Cat is very close, so he's already made a pit stop.
Oh, and he's went too deep. He's going to have to miss it. He spins the car around, but the end plate's going to break away.
He's got massive damage. That pit, surely.
Solo maybe didn't feel like it. The race is slowly starting to come alive.
Yeah, everything's happening here. Glock, you don't want to be behind Yusuf for too long, and
I think this is going to be the time. Oh, look at the overspeed there. Glock is absolutely flew past into turn 1. Job done. Yusuf doesn't put up too much of a fight. I think he knows that is not his race today.
This battle is really between Mashiro and Glock then for the win here at the moment.
And how quickly does Mashiro get through now? Yusuf getting DRS is not going to help Mashiro's cause.
Yeah, but he's not using the overtake Yusuf, so Mashiro's
going
to go
send up the inside, and that's a good move. Gets the car stopped, turned in. Yusuf gives space, very respectful.
Yeah. Yeah, DRS as well. Yusuf tried using it, he didn't use the overtake though.
And
so
look now, Jensen. Glock and Mashiro both below 15% energy till the end of the race.
Yeah, Nelly on 45%. He's managed it really well. And
so that's something that could come into play. Definitely something that could come into play, especially near the end of the race.
So, I don't know how long a pit stop costs you. I think it costs you about 25 seconds.
It's a bit longer here. Yes.
Maybe 27 on the edge of that. So, Nelly's probably going to come out a good few seconds behind the leaders when it comes to the time for pit stops. And Ryan cutting the pits.
So what does Ryan cut box from? Oh, and he's serving a penalty.
So he boxed from the mediums. He's on the soft tyres. Oh.
Soft medium, soft medium? Maybe?
Maybe.
That's definitely a different strategy for Singapore, so it'll be interesting to see how that one works out. So SPW 14 up, Glock now gaining on SPW, as is Mashiro.
Yeah, this is going to be tough for these guys. SPW is not a driver who likes to give way so easily. He's a big defender, really. Very difficult driver to go for an overtake on, but Glock, he's trying. He hasn't got any energy, and he could not get close enough to make a move.
I think he's going to, with the lack of energy, he's going to have to use the tyre advantage. Not a place he's going to. He thinks about it, but he knows it's not the place to make a move. It would just cause a crash.
Mashiro as well. Oh, this is going to be an epic little battle here. I think SPW's really set this up. SPW wants to be on the inside of the pit.
And he boxes in. He's going to release the two leaders now. So both leaders will both get DRS. So through turn 1s, 2 and 3, that's Glock's chance to try and break the gap a little. Mashiro closes right up on the brakes.
The last thing SPW wanting to be there is on the outside of Glock and Mashiro, because he wouldn't have been able to make pit entry, but lucky enough, Glock never got alongside.
I think once SPW came out, the second to last corner. He showed his intention, that's why he pulled over to the middle. I think Glock realised that too. He just went, right, I think he's pitting, I'm just going to go to the racing line and hope that he is and not defending.
Nelly has pitted then. Nelly is in P3 now, he's onto the hard tyres, he's 10.4 seconds behind the leaders, and he's going to have several laps younger tyres.
With 40% energy advantage as well, so...
Mashiro, he's got DRS, and they're both on the exact same overtake energy. And I'd say Bashiro's got the edge over Glock in the final sector.
It definitely seems to be where he closes most. Well, Glock gets out the second to last corner very well.
Tiny moment there for Bashiro, but keeping it well. He's 8 tenths behind Glock, using DRS, doesn't have to use overtake. You know, Glock's not going to be getting any overtake DRS advantage anytime soon.
SPW now closing up the back of Mataman too, so he's looking to get himself inside that top 6.
Yeah, Bashiro could just build his energy here.
So let's see who's all pit. So we've still got Sophie and Mitch to box.
Yeah, Mitch doing a good job running up there, P12 at the moment. Yeah,
and is this the time for SPW DRS Open? He's gaining, he's going to pull to the inside of Matoman, and through he goes. Big tyre advantage, although SPW's on the hard, they are much newer than Matoman's. And SPW on the push.
Ryan cut the softs and FSOB at the pit, so SPW in a net P4 at the moment.
Yeah, that's a good point. A very good point. Mishiro looking to be very strong to take home a very good start to his OTL career. A P2 qualifying, P2 finish.
Yeah, he can possibly win this race, you know. That moment, just under a second.
Surge now closing up on Dr. Special Energy as well, and they have Yusuf closing into that fight.
Yeah, the two Ferraris closing up on that Renault. Not. And is that Boxman in the pits?
Yes, it is. Mataman boxes, you're absolutely spot on.
This group moves up 7th, 8th and 9th. Surge, I think he's eyeing up a move this lap.
As Ryan Cut goes through there in Sophie in his soft compound tyre. His gap now to P3, 10.4, but Ryan will have to stop again. So he's probably looking outside the top 10 at the moment. Or maybe just on the bubble of P10 for Ryan. But probably a medium tyre at the end to be quite a bit faster than the guys round about him. So he'll be looking to make some gains at the end. Pedro pits for a fresh set of mediums. That'll be his last stop, I think.
You see the gap between Nally and Bashiro? It's coming down. I know it hasn't looked like it has, but it's getting down 6/10.
And Nelly's not really hitting the tank of VRS as well, so I think Nelly's just playing the long game. Just slowly creep up. I definitely think so. The timer's coming down. So this train now with Dr. Special Energy, Surge and Yusuf is an interesting one. And Surge is pitting, so he's going to release his teammate on.
There's yellow flag in sector 2, and I think it's Mitch. Oh, I think he lost it in the hairpin there, and hasn't got any damage. Oh, maybe any damage. Maybe he drops off 50.
Well, I don't think Duffy's going to get through, and Surge is already out the pit. So Surge looking to storm way back into that top 10. 15 to go, medium tyre on the car. I think he will push that to the end now.
Just lay on his mediums. Push put in a barrage of fast as maybe. Don't know who else is on the newer tyres. Matterman is on the new medium tyres. I think. So watch out for him. Not for special energy. Get picked of those mediums. Not that medium. When he hits.
Here goes Yusuf round the outside and Dr. Special Energy, and I think he's got that move done. That was a great move.
So much confidence into the corners and around the outside, and definitely on the moves in the day.
Yes, I would agree. SPW's P6 is looking a little lonely at the moment. Sector 3 is a McLaren. No retirement, a lot of wing off.
Yeah, he's just going to have to bring it back to the pits. It is a very brutal track, Singapore at times. And I definitely know exactly why it comes to the pits, and I think that's a set of tyres. No, it's hard tyres. Those medium tyres, just kept on changing it there. These have come out, I think, around the Bear, the Mitch.
So Duffy goes through in Green Meerkat and his stop. Duffy that one step closer to getting himself inside the top 10.
Yeah, Bear there. Is he going to get close to Green Meerkat? No, he's not far, but... Oh, Bear's lost it! Out turn 3 and got some weight damage. Set the track and drops on 50. No damage. Oh.
So the only thing now that makes this race spicy, I think, is a safety car. Macharo, Glock's starting to show his... Macharo's actually picked up some wing damage, I see there. Right front end plate missing from that Alfa Romeo. So he could fall back into the clutches of Nelly. It's SPW now up into P5. 8.1 behind Ryan Cut, but Ryan Cut's still to make a pit stop, so SPW is going to have a good gap and could be a very solid P4. So I think, is Matterman going to get through? I don't think so. I think Sophie's going to get out.
It's going to be very
close.
But I think, yeah, Sophie's just going to keep that position. But Matterman is... He could either have to move in on the straight. Yeah, it's close enough. But Sophie's got 100% energy.
She is chilling.
Yeah,
Ryan Cut gets a 3-second time penalty, so that'll help his cause not at all coming into his last stint of the race.
Yeah, Matterman just derating out of turn 4 into the straight. Yeah, it's pretty obvious there. And F1 Sophie should just be able to pull away on those new mediums and try and fight up into the top 5 again. And there, 5-second penalty.
Yes, that where
he did get damage earlier on in that lap.
Surge gets a 3-second time penalty as well. She needs to keep it clean.
Trying to find the areas of the track where he can take it, and there's some They might not be able to take
Ryan
it.
Cut and Machado both pit. So
And
Ryan Cut we expected, Machado not so much. SPW now up into that podium position, but Machado out in a fresh medium, so I think it's going to be a tough gig to hold up. But I'm sure SPW will give it his might.
Yeah, SPW P3. Great race from him, but he's going to have to try and defend from the rampant Alfa Romeo of Machado, who is on the fresh set of mediums, and surely he's going to want to get up to P3 because I don't think he'll be able to close on Nelly. Too much of a gap it looks like there, but that P3 definitely there. And I'll tell you what, he's already right on the rear wing of him.
DRS, ERS advantage too. SPW is defending it. And he's going to make that car hard to pass. And FPW is very, very capable of keeping a car behind them for 10 laps.
Yeah, and those mediums are going to start to go off, and those hards will still be alright. SPW just has to make his car as wide as he possibly can.
So Machado looks probably not the smartest thing. You don't want to peek there, you want to set up this line.
He's going to go for it here now.
I think pulls to the inside line. SPW tries to push him over. Machado says, no, I'm having none of that. SPW's going to try the cutback. Opens the car, takes the wider line on entry to try and get a good exit. You see the tyre advantage there through the corner. SPW staying with him. He will get DRS in reply. And we overtake. Oh yeah. 6% in the tank of electricity, so
Glock, he still has to save fuel, Glock does.
Dr. Special Energy and Matoman both pit. Matoman onto what looks like a new hard and a fresh wing.
Nelly's actually been closing in quite a bit here. He's only 9 seconds behind Glock now, but he's not closing in fast enough to be in a place to possibly pick up the race win.
So yeah, he essentially needs a second a lap now to give himself a lap to get the job done. I think P2, I think he could be very happy with. It's a good reply to the Glock surge. I think Nelly's not really scored where I think he would want to score in the last couple of races, so I think that's a good foot to put forward again.
Good reply to his previous results he's had. He hasn't had the greatest run. He had 2 race wins and then not a great run. I think a podium or 2 after that. And there's a virtual safety car.
VSC out, I wonder what that's for.
That might be Mitch, his wing.
Oh, I think it'll be the bear, retired from the session. Yes, it is, just at the end. Surge is just coming up to it now. He's going to, I think it's through the corner just before pit entry. He's dropped the car on exit and stuck it over on the wall on the left. Yes, he has.
Oh.
So that car is now cleared, so the VSC should end in the next 10 seconds or so.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Should go back to green racing.
His Otl debut as well. And there they go. And no drive-through penalties for anyone there. Everyone that kept it in the Delta, which is good, as they'll get going again. And wow.
And Glock now looks back in his happy place.
Yeah, he got to save a bit of fuel up there under that VSC, I reckon. Look.
Which will help the cause.
Yeah, Machiro's catching up very quickly. 29 seconds. He's catching at a rate of a few seconds a lap on the leaders here. He's got the grip, he's got the energy.
Let's see if he can get that gap driven down. Oh, and I do not want my barrier to turn off my phone. Do not do that. So, Ryan Cut is 1.9 behind Yusuf. Can he get himself up inside the top 5? I think you would feel that's a good result. With a different strategy, a couple of places gained, gone medium, soft, medium. It's different, for sure. But it certainly worked for his race if he gets himself up inside the top 5.
Yeah, Yusuf just in front of him as well. Yusuf, only 8 laps on those tyres, so those paths, consider them, still quite young.
Ryan Cock closes right in here. He's going to tuck in, get the tyre line, drive out the hairpin better, and I think this is going to be job done here as he pulls up into the top, pulls to the inside line, down the inside he goes. Yusuf,
take on, be careful on the exit. And I think Yusuf lost more on the exit then than Ryan Cup. If Ryan Cup moves up to P5.
And 11 seconds to gain in SPW, so that's another gap we can keep an eye on. The gap, TTG Mashiro, 18.5 now, down another second this lap. Don't think that's quite enough though.
Yeah,
and the peak performance of his tyre maybe just dropping away now. And F1 Sophie's got 70% ERS. She needs to get that tank. When Maggie's retired, is that going to be a safety car? Safety car out?
It's a full course safety car.
Full course safety car with 8 to go.
Who's going to pit?
Time.
Who's not going to pit? This is going to be.
So Surge is going to get the first of the pit stops. Surge is maybe the big winner.
Oh, Maggie lost it out of turn 6, I think. And I think might have hit the gearbox very hard. That could cause retirements too if they hit the back too hard. But that's it. Murchie's out of the race and a safety car with 8 laps to go. That is insane.
So I did say the only thing to spice up the race now was for a safety car to come out.
Who's going to pit? Is Glock going to pit? Is Nelly going to stay out? Who's going to do what here?
So Glock is in.
Yeah. No brainer.
Is Nelly going to go for track position? Is he going to be like, you know what, I'm going to try and fight this? I guess he needs to see how he comes round these last couple of corners.
If he does stay out the track position...
Is he going to stay out?
Nah, he's going to come in. If he does try and stay out the track position, he's only going to gain 1 place.
And I think a driver picked up a drive-through penalty there for speeding under VSC, so we'll need to keep an eye on restart who that was. I think it could have been Ryan Cut, which is not good for his race.
Pit stop from Mashiro. Is SPW going to stay out? That's an interesting one because...
It's a fresh softs. It's a no-brainer.
Yeah. How about Ryan Cut? He's basically on fresh mediums, so is F1 Sophie. Yusuf.
Ryan Cut could gain here. And he's going to stay out.
Going to take that risk. F1 Sophie. She going to stay out? Yes. She is.
So is Ryan Cut going to get through? He is. Ryan Cut now goes into net P3.
Yeah. F1 Sophie up into P5. Just behind teammate.
I think SPW will retain top 6 for the restart.
Yeah, SPW, he's ready for an attack here. What can the Shearer do on this? Soft tyres on the restart. What will Glock do on the restart? What would Nelly do actually? And oh no! And Adam is being disqualified.
For ignoring yellow flag. Bear with me 1 second, Jensen.
That is very strange. That's the end of Adam's race.
So we will probably have a lap or two here under safety car till the grid form closes up. We have a very sparse pack.
We should have the maximum amount of laps, I think.
No, it's not Roscoe. It is not. It is Chris Alien. So,
did we really see that?
We have interesting to see what happened with Officer Duffy.
Yusuf on the medium tyre. That's a very interesting call. Maybe you didn't have any brand new sets of soft tyres, but that could work. Those softs could die out quite quickly. They need to be caught up in a train, and then when the softs die out, those mediums come into play.
See, we have
Yusuf.
Pedro is a long way away. I don't think Pedro gets to the back of this train before safety car comes in, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think this is second lap. The safety car's going around the safety car. This is the third lap.
Second.
So we're gonna have a maximum of 2 more laps after this under the safety car, unless the safety car decides to pull itself in, which it can.
Yes, I think the honestly the guys that big pack from P9 upwards or P8 upwards may get released this coming lap. So Mataman, Serge Green, Meerkat, Pedro and Mitch needed. Oh, I think Mitch is actually in the pack.
Yeah,
he is.
He is a lap behind the leader. He only 1 lap behind the leader, so Mitch looks like P13. So stay that way, unfortunately.
So will we get safety car in this lap? This is the thing. Maybe not this lap.
No, we're not.
Next.
It could go later. It could come in. It could say it comes in later, but I don't think it will this lap.
Pronoxious.
A very old name.
Congratulations. Don't understand his statement.
Wait, what?
I don't know.
He's put Burger Power Rangers, so must be
just a little. So Matoman and Serge is going to get on the tail end of the pack. I have the same game. Any chance I could crash anyone out? 100% not.
Yeah, got the special energy stayed out on his tyres. F1 safety stayed out on the tyres. And Brian cuts on those medium tyres.
On a migrating host? Oh no.
Oh, I think Adam left.
Hopefully it doesn't lag everyone out. Oh no.
That Maggi was out of the race as well. I think that's the only 2. Yep.
That is good. So no full disconnects for anybody else. That is good. And I think Pedro's going to be just about on the back of the pack on a soft tyre that is practically being pushed to the absolute limit. Which I don't think he'll be too pleased about, but let's see if he can go make some moves at the end.
Yeah, look like closest to that.
Can you join what for HOR? No. And I can make that call as it's mine's.
Yes. As I think the safety car, yeah, it's coming in this lap. I think Pedro might just.
So he should just get, yeah. Especially if Glock slows the pack up, which she seems to be releasing the safety car to get its ass in gear now. So
get temps in the tyres. He's got to get this restart perfect. Nelly's right on the back of him. This is the race win, all to play for here. Mashiro, he needs to try and get through Ryan Cut as quick as possible to try and go for P2.
And I guarantee you the tension in the bellies is rumbling.
Oh, mate, it is a lot.
Safety car restarts are very nerve-wracking. And obviously every day further back, I'll be like, oh my god, but Singapore's the nature of the track, it is very, very slow. And we'll be glad to know that Pedro is on the back of the pack.
And Glock goes now, Glock's gone. And Nelly hasn't been sleeping there, he's still very close to him. Glock hasn't got the good restart. Oh. Nelly almost crashing there.
That was utter commitment.
Yeah, and Nelly's right on the back. This is going to be such an interesting one. Mashiro's already into P3. He's already passed Ryan Cut. He's got the right restart. SPW. He needs to try and get through as well. He could possibly contest the podium. And Nelly's getting all the straight line speed, all the slipstream.
Choosing not to use ERS to stay close up, which I thought maybe he would, but then maybe Nelly's just happy, but then I don't think, I think the race win's there, he can sniff it, he wants it.
He needs to try and force Glock into a false sense of security here. Try and make him use that energy. We're on lap 27, we've got 4.5 laps to go.
So further back at the pack, I'll have a run through his Glock from Nelly, TG, Mashiro, rank up P4, SPW 5, Sophie 6, Yusuf P7, Dr. Special Energy P8, Surge P9, Green Meerkat P10, Mataman 11, Pedro 12, Mitch, but he's going to get cut back up on the inside, and I think he's going to send it up the inside of the next corner here, and I don't think Ryan Cut can do much to defend that. He's going to try and hold it on the outside, but he just can't. SPW up to P4.
SPW, he needs to get this out of the 2-second gap to P3, possibly close it in. There's still time. This train.
And I don't. They've fixed the overtaking of the safety car now, so you can't do it. You need to stay behind. Glock clocks the fastest lap at 36.0.
Right past that there. He's putting it when it counts.
Oh, Ryan Cut's pit. Ryan Cut pits.
He doesn't have damage. But did he have a? He might have had a penalty. He might have had a drive-through penalty. Yes, he did.
So it was Ryan Cut. It was Ryan Cut that got the drive-through. I said that under safety car. We'll need to watch for what driver got the drive-through penalty for speeding under VSC.
Yeah,
or under safety car
between the leaders here. Mashiro over the back.
Dr. Special Energy is going to send one up the outside. Can he hang around the outside of Yusuf? And I think he's going to judge on Yusuf, gets a bit front axle contact, and Surge slips through in that battle too. Oh, and Yusuf's going to go really deep. He's going to have to be close. Green Meerkat's all over the back. He's going to slip up the inside line, and Yusuf lives out again. He's going to get squeezed to the wall. Green Meerkat tries to leave space. Matoman says, oh no, what boys, I'm going to have some of this.
Yeah,
well, Pedro is looking. Yusuf's going to hang this round the outside as much as he dare, but Matoman, I think, is going to have the inside line for the hairpin, which is going to be a job done, and Yusuf has to pull out it. He's all under pressure from Pedro. Pedro sticks his nose up the inside, but not quite there.
Almost there. That was a very close one. Mashiro, he is losing time behind Nelly here. Nelly is losing out to Glock, and I think Glock might have this one in the bag. And once we start this lap, there's no more second chances at the safety car. We're all racing for the next 3 laps.
DRS now enabled, so this is going to, I think, give Mashiro P2 hook, line and sinker against Nelly. It's just, can Nelly stay with the pace and go fighting against Mashiro? Probably misses apex a little more than he'd like. That's going to give Nelly a slight run, but I think with how close he is, I think this DRS pass on the big yellow flag.
Oh, he's got special energy on the straight, and he's lost his whole front wing as well. That
is rough, and Mataman boxes too. So Pedro now up to P9.
The virtual safety car is the only thing that can happen.
So Pedro hunting down on now what is a P8 position. 6 positions gained. He's got a driver ahead with wing damage as well, so...
Yeah, and on medium tyres as well. Gonna get close. I don't think they'll make a move now. He'll have to wait. And Surge could get himself into P5 here. He's got a penalty remember that, he's got that under his belt, but he's got the gap ahead of Green Meerkat. I think he's might hold on with P6 here, unless he can get past and get a gap in Sophie. And Mishiro's through into P2. I don't know if you...
Oh yeah, missed that one. No, I did not.
Yeah.
Whoops.
We both missed that.
Sorry guys. We apologise. So much action going on in that back of that pack. I think we've maybe missed it then.
Yeah, Mishiro,
yes, SPW
P2.
is flying. He's having a great race up 12. From the back of the grid. The P4. He's had the stonker. Really put the medium tyres to work at the start of the race.
Driving the day is going to be a hard one. So the safety car is really shaking it up now.
Yes.
Pedro has had a brilliant restart.
I mean, in terms of his race before that, it looked absolutely drastic, and the safety car just sparked some energy inside him, and he's went, you know, I can gain some positions here. I'm going to get after this.
Yeah, Dot Special Energy comes into the pits, of course. We'll have to get a new wing. Mishiro's had a great race. Look, he's got a 3-second gap now. Of course, SPW is also gone up 12 places, and Dot Special Energy's retired from the race in the pits.
Unfortunate. He will still be classified, just P13, pretty sure.
Yeah,
second last lap.
Still.
So points still taken, regardless, so if you're going to have a retirement, that's the time to do it.
Or you can continue to the end and try and pick up more.
Well, that is true. That was a self-chosen retirement, I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say you're absolutely spot on there with your judgment. I just got a notification on my PlayStation to say we got a comment, but there appears to be no comment.
Here we go, the final lap. Nelly's over the back of Mishiro. Mishiro's running out of energy. Nelly is too. It's going to be very close down the straight. Nelly trying to use as much track as he possibly can find. And I think Mishiro's just held off there, and he's overtaken all the way down until he's ran out of battery power. So I'll hold off for another half lap. SPW at the moment looks like securing that P4. Surge closing an F1 Sophie, but even if he does get past the penalty as well, that'll put him still P6.
The good thing is he is 1/10 away or 2/10 away from solidifying P6 if he can get up the road a little more. Glock into the last sector for the last time. And I think a very, under some relentless pressure early, I think a very well managed race from Glock.
Yeah.
Second stint showed his pace, really opened up that gap, and then cool, calm and collected under the safety car. Nearly put some big pressure, but I think he's a hard driver to break. He's very cool, calm and collected, and through the last corner he comes, even early weaves, he is happy. Another win under the circumstances, and I think he's happy with that one. I think he's happy to take that one home. Mishiro P2, good debut.
Nearly 3. Podium.
SPW very happy. To the pit wall he goes in P4.
F1 Sophie P5. Not a bad drive.
Showing exactly why she's in the top 3 in the championship. Surge 6, and I think he will hold that P6. He does.
Yeah, Green Meerkat had a penalty as well. Yusuf has lost his front wing. He can't across the line with no front wing. That's a very interesting one. Pedro, is he going to hold on to P9? He's been overtaken on the line by Ryan Cut.
But Pedro gets it back. Oh, to the lane they went, and for some reason it flicked through. Wow. Matoman, P11.
Yeah, Mitch to take P12 there.
Yeah, felt a long race.
That was.
Yes. Good, very good opening between the guys, and then the gaps kind of lulled, which you expect at Singapore, but by God, we've seen some overtaking after that safety car restart. I think it was a very, very, very mature drive from some driver of the day from the game for SPW. I think a thoroughly deserved one from the game as well. So we will try and get Glock, Mashiro and Nelly in for a chit chat. And I think it's your turn to ask some questions, Jensen. So we have NV Nelly. I'm just ticking them now. And TTG. Have you got it?
Another clean sweep for him again. Mashiro P2 on his debut. Nelly solidifying P3, getting his championship back on track for sure.
And Dr. Special Energy even got classified in the game.
Yeah, I think it's as long as you get 90% race distance, you get classified, so it's correct. Now, F1 Sophie P5 from P13, another good drive. Surge P6 from P10, another one as well. Green Meerkat, unfortunate for him today, didn't go his way that much. Yusuf from P15 finishes P8. Dot Special Energy in the retirements, but Officer Doofy, Maggi, Bear and Fried Pepper.
So in all, I think it was a good race.
I'd say, yeah.
I think that lull in the middle is not anything to do with the guys, it's more the track. Singapore just does that. Very hard track to get overtakes manipulated and nailed down. But I think in the safety car restart, with a couple of guys trying for track position and making it, it definitely made it very interesting. The last 5 laps were very exciting. Overtakes made. See if any of the guys are going to jump in. I am unsure.
Nelly might be loading in. Mike.
So we'll give it. Is
I don't know if Mashiro is joining, but
hello, can you hear me?
Yep. I guess we just crack on with Nelly anyway. If you hear me, Nelly. Yeah, P3.
Wow. Sweaty.
Great for you to be back on the podium again after a string of unlucky races. But yeah, as a whole, how did the whole race and qualifying tonight go for you?
I think qualifying was it was really good. Like my lap still wasn't perfect, but I think I started 5th on the mediums. I thought, yo, it's gonna be a really good race because the softs go off after 4 laps, and then we had that restart, so I kind of lost the advantage. So I stayed out to like lap 11 or 12. By the time I came out, I was 10 seconds behind. And then, so I was praying for a safety car. We got one, but second lap I slightly damaged the wing. I was so looking forward to it. I was like, we're finally gonna get Nelly versus Glock, and then, no, such a positive for me to be back up here. I'm really happy about it.
Yeah, it was brilliant to see you up there as well, and it definitely would have been a guaranteed P2 if the safety car didn't come out. And the thing is, you were catching Glock as well. You were catching him by a few tenths per lap. If there was a few more laps, we could have seen you get close to him. But yeah, your pace really outshone quite a lot of people today, even Glock. But yeah, it's becoming. It's very hard to stop him at the moment, but definitely today you've shown that.
I made a step forward, definitely. I'm not going to let him win every race of the season. But
what we like
nah,
to
credits to
hear.
him. He is really fast. I fully have respect for him. He reminds me of me in F1 2012. Yeah, I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna do my best to. I think I'm back in second in the championship now. I think I'm gonna protect that as much as possible. Try and bring some good constructors points home as well. And I'm gonna hunt him down, take some race wins off him. It's gonna be a fun rest of the season, because this is really like, if Suzuka was really positive for me because I came 7th with no setup, and now this is a big positive. So
Yeah.
watch your back.
Yeah, for sure, man. Great mentality is great racing mentality put towards that.
Yeah, thank you. I'm gonna go for
See,
it.
Glockif is watching, and Chris, do you have anything to?
No, just congratulations, Nelly, and top 3. I think just a small one on Mashiro as a debutant. I think it's quite hard for a lot of people to come into league racing and settle and just get down to kind of being comfortable with racing the new style of drivers on track, but I think he showed maturity in every day he raced. I don't think he really over pushed into too much with Nelly. When he had opportunities at Glock, he never overthought it. So for a first race in a P2 on the line, I think that kudos on that one.
Yeah, I give him respect for that dive bomb he did on me. I was like, he passed me, and I just said in my head, I was like, thank you for doing a safe dive bomb. That was a bloody good move. So yeah, hopefully he's in more races, because that top 3 today, we were within thousandths of a second.
Yes, I think he's all set for some exciting races in the future.
Oh, I fully look forward to it. It's going to be a brilliant. I don't know how far we are down the season. I think we're about halfway. It's going to be a brilliant second half of the season.
Yeah, I think it's a 15-round season, so I think that was the halfway point across. So 7 more races to go.
Oh, beautiful.
This season, so
we're going to go
there's
for
quite
it.
a lot to play for. Yeah, hopefully get to see you take the fight all the way to the
brilliant.
end to Glock.
Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna give it my all, and everyone watching, don't you worry. I'm gonna track him down. I will find him and I will kill him.
So
yeah.
Oh, sorry. Aye, on that note, guys.
Yeah.
OTL is back same time next week. HOR back
Truck
on.
Friday.
Oh yes, on Friday, and our driver of the day for evening. Who called last week?
I did. So yeah.
Oh dang. So looking out, I think there's some drives that stand out, but I think in all, my driver of the day, just for composure in the start, I think some very composed overtake, and maybe just try to do something a little off strategy different for the front guys with the earlier stop and going to the medium tyre. I think Mashiro is my driver of the day today, but very close competition between others as well. I think SPW, Sophie, Pedro, there's some great races for people. Nelly fighting back, and then even at the restart, Nelly showed that he was going to push. He even nearly dropped the car on the first lap of the restart, how much you wanted to try and take the fight to Glock. So
yeah,
a lot of things to be respected.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
To be able to take the
So on that note, guys, it's been a good night, and we'll see. The channel will be back up on Friday, but me and Jensen will see you next Monday.